What's more likely?
Never say never, but never.
Great production value.
Excellent. Thank
right.
you, Coach Tomlin. All right, guys, as first reported here, UNC plays Duke in the Final Four tomorrow in New Orleans. So what's more likely? UNC ends Coach K's career or Duke is cutting the nets down Monday night?
Oh, man. I'll say Duke cuts down the nets Monday night. That's more likely. I think that's definitely more likely. No question about it.
You're not giving UNC any chance?
Oh, it's not that I'm giving him no chance. You said what's more likely.
What's more likely? Yeah, what's more likely?
What is more likely is that Duke wins it all and that these kids and Duke realize what a remarkable opportunity they have.
Really well,
well, just what a remarkable opportunity that they have to erase what happened to close Cameron Indoor for Coach K. It would erase it. And what possibly could be on their record as having lost to Carolina to close Coach K's tenure in Cameron and then bring the curtain down on Coach K's career in the first ever matchup between these two in the NCAA tournament's history. I think that is a powerful motivating fact that will have Duke win this game on Saturday night. And Eric Church might lament having pissed off many of his San Antonio-based fans.
So, TJ, for you, I know you're going to be at WrestleMania, so that's the second game.
That'll be an 8:30 tip.
It's going to be about an 8. Yeah, no, yeah, it's going to be about 10 o'clock.
I don't know time zones.
Yeah, 8
o'clock.
8 o'clock.
I think it's a 9:30 tip Eastern or something like that.
It's a 5:49 Pacific, so about
8:49.
Yeah,
Yep.
probably
Okay.
running a little late, so
Very
probably 8:15.
That might be around the time that Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair are locking up.
Okay, very good.
All right, we mentioned it earlier, guys. NBA Association, real quick. Lakers Pelicans playing tonight. Biggest game of the season for the Lakers. No LeBron, maybe Anthony Davis tonight. What's more likely, Lakers or Pelicans in the play-in tournament?
I'll say Pelicans. That's more likely. Pelicans are more likely to be in the play-in tournament. Because at some point, I mean, the Lakers, if they're not just right around hovering, we're still talking about a tiebreak between San Antonio and the Lakers, right? So right now, they have the same record, and if the Lakers fall a couple games back, they'll just say we're shutting everyone down for the season and call it a day.
Yeah, let's assume LeBron
raise the white flag. Meanwhile,
LeBron's
the
tweet is a joke.
the Pelicans are 2 in front of him right now. So LeBron's tweet is a joke.
Yeah,
it's an April Fool's joke.
No,
I think the Lakers are going to get these guys back, but I'll still say the Pelicans are more likely to make this play-in tournament.
We talked about it on the basketball pod last week. If it's Lakers, Pelicans, 9 and 10, right?
Yeah.
Zion has to play, yeah?
Why wouldn't he? If he's traveling with the team, get out there, man.
That would be the most watched play-in game of all time.
I would, sure. It would.
Very fun. All right, a couple NFL things before we wrap up.
Don't forget Lakers Warriors last year was a pretty well-watched one, too, sir.
That's true. Zion, though? Zion hasn't played all season?
Yeah. Curry versus LeBron is as good as the play-in tournament's ever going to get. Ever.
You're probably right.
By the way.
What's more likely? This is a who's more likely. Defensive star with their new team. Who's more likely to reach the Super Bowl? Bobby Wagner or Von Miller?
I'll go Bobby Wagner. AFC's pretty damn tough, don't you think? How tough is the AFC now?
How tough is it?
Very tough. It's insanely tough.
It's pretty tough.
Yeah. So I'll say it's an easier path to the basket for the Rams. So on that alone, I'll just take that.
All right, follow up. Who has a bigger impact on their team in 2022? Bobby Wagner or Von Miller?
I love what Von did last year, and I know the pass rush in Buffalo for that terrific defense. Everybody needs more pass rush. I still can't get above the fact, what we just mentioned at the beginning of the show, that Bobby Wagner's behind Aaron Donald. Like Aaron Donald's road grading for Bobby Wagner to fill the gap.
Road grading. Nice.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, and then, Donald is the quickest player I've seen. I mean, he just the last play of the Super Bowl is a perfect example.
Yeah.
But Bobby Wagner, sideline to sideline, you would say if he's lost a step, he's still as good as they come. So I'll go there too. Impact and opportunity to make the Super Bowl.
All right, last one. Some NFL news to start the week. You guys talked about it, the new overtime rule. What's more likely, that the new overtime rule is here to stay, or it gets one and done like pass interference review?
It's here to stay, more likely, because it's entirely possible that we don't see it for a couple of years, 3 years. It's in the playoffs only. So we're not going to see it in an 18-week regular season. And then I know this year's playoffs were off the charts. But maybe you don't see an overtime in the playoffs next year, so you don't see it at all. You don't see it at all till next year. So I don't think I don't think it's going to be one and done, because the pass interference rule had an entire regular season in which it went from off the charts stupid, how inconsistent it was being applied in terms of replay, to the coaches by the end of the season saying, screw it, I'm just not even going to throw the challenge flag on it. And then in playoffs, it was nothing, because coaches were just going to let it go. Screw it. It's not worth losing the challenge on it, because it's so subjective. That's why I got one and done. This thing, you may not see it for a couple of years.
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's what's more likely.
What's
here.
more likely?
Very good.
Going into the weekend.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.